to get to a Super Bowl and then lose, it hurts, and it always will. But for us, we did it four years in a row, and it wasn't easy for us. But to be honest with you, really think about it. For us to be able to go back to the resiliency that our football team had, we know that we rely on each other as we do in companies. We rely on each other to pull each other through tough times, or when something's not going quite the way you want it, how do you lift that person up? Well, we had a bunch of leaders on our football team, and we're very blessed to have a great head coach, Marv Levy. You always need great leaders. We had great leaders on our team. We knew each other would physically get in shape to get ready to play. But you never know mentally where the next person is. You don't know mentally where his mindset is. Is he ready for another trip to go through all the grind to get back? You have to mentally prepare yourself when you have so many people say, you lost. But do that 4 years in a row. But the resiliency our team had to rebound from those games, putting it aside and being able to come back. As a matter of fact, 30 for 30 is doing a documentary right now on the Buffalo Bills, 4 years. Not because we lost. The resiliency that our team had to fight back through all the negativity that was surrounding us throughout the country, saying that, we don't want you back, we don't want you back. But to be honest with you, more that we're removed from those games, the more people that I've met that said, you know what, I was one of those guys that did pull for you guys. But now that I look back on it, wow, how did you guys ever do it? Because there's teams now, basketball, football, baseball, that can't get back 2 years in a row. The team that went to the Super Bowl can't even make the playoffs.
Right.
And we were able to get back 4 years in a row. We were in the AFC Championship game 5 out of 6 years. And for us, that was pretty good. But we were a family. We did everything together. We had a lot of fun. We enjoyed winning. Even though we couldn't put that one game together at the end of the year, I'm still proud to say that I played for the Buffalo Bills.
You think there's something to playing in a small market that causes the team to be closer?
Probably to a certain point. I never had that asked to me, but yeah, probably, because there's not a lot to do in Western New York. I mean, there's some things to do. It's not like you're going to Miami or Orlando or California. It's Buffalo, but it's just such a close-knit town that we were able to do things together. I had a party after every single home game at my home, because what was happening is all the players after the game were all going doing their own thing and going downtown bars and drinking. And I just felt that wasn't the right thing for us to do. I thought the right thing for us to do was get together, because early on, we were called the Bickering Bills. We had a lot of egos on our team, including myself. We all wanted to be the best, but we knew that if we did not play together, and just like a company, if you don't play together, you don't work together, you're never going to accomplish your ultimate goals and dreams. And that was what we decided. So I had all the players, not all of them, but I'd say probably 75% of the players and our families come over to my home after every single home game, win or lose. Thank God we won most of them. But we enjoyed ourselves. We had a great time, and we were able to fight through all the tough times and start celebrating, even though at the end of the year, 4 of those years, we weren't able to go out with that Lombardi trophy, but we still had fun doing it.
What caused you to retire?
Well, we played against Jacksonville. It was a playoff game, 1996, and I've already sustained 5 concussions, and all concussions, knees, I can go on and on. But that game, I scrambled and I get hit, and I sustained my 6th concussion, and I knew that I couldn't do it anymore, even though I thought about coming back and going and do it, because as a quarterback, and talk to Brett Favre, he'll tell you about retiring stuff. And it was very hard, because it's something you do ever since you're a little boy. I mean, I thought about being an NFL quarterback, and pretty much when you're playing, you think about playing forever. And I knew after sustaining that 6th concussion, and really my shoulder was in pretty bad shape, I was going to probably have to have it operated on in the off season. I knew it was time for me to retire. And at the time, probably was the best thing that ever happened to me, because I was very blessed. My last year, I was married to my wife. We had a beautiful daughter named Erin. And again, that whole roller coaster ride of the shoulder and Penn State and going to University of Miami and then blowing my shoulder out and then being drafted by the Buffalo Bills and then going to the Buffalo Bills and then the Super Bowls, the ups and downs throughout the course of my life. Here it was, I'm retiring from the game I've always wanted to play, and how I felt, how bummed out I was that I'm done. I'm not going to be able to do something I enjoyed, I loved, and really was able to take care of the people I loved, and that was my mom and my dad, and be able to share all this with my 5 brothers.